We're going to break down the exact logistics of getting from Southern California down to the gorgeous coastal city of Ensenada. Whether you're heading south for the amazing seafood, killer surf breaks, or a weekend in wine country, getting there really shouldn't be a stressful experience, right?
So let's just dive right in. This is literally the #1 question I get asked by weekend warriors looking to experience Baja California. Everyone wants to know, how do I actually get down there? What are the cheapest, safest, and honestly the most efficient ways to make the trip?
Well, here is our itinerary for today. We'll start with the road to Ensenada, then look at driving your own car, covering the Mexican insurance rule, taking the ABC bus, using Uber to Ensenada, and finally, crossing the border back. Okay, Section 1, the road to Ensenada. Let's set the stage. So first things first, there are absolutely no direct train or commercial plane options to Ensenada. That means your final leg into the city is going to be completely road-based. Now, a really popular workaround is flying from LAX to the Tijuana airport, which usually runs about $400 to $450 round trip. And then from there, you just connect to the 90-minute coastal drive heading south. Which brings us to Section 2, driving your own car. Driving gives you the ultimate freedom, and it's generally your absolute cheapest option. Now, if you aren't super comfortable bringing your own car across the border, no worries. You can easily take a short walk or an Uber across the border and just rent a car right in Tijuana. It's surprisingly affordable. Once you're behind the wheel, you'll want to take the well-maintained Federal Highway 1D toll road. It's a gorgeous 90-minute scenic drive. Just know you'll hit 3 toll booths costing about 45 pesos each. Oh, and definitely make sure you're carrying some pesos for the best exchange rate on those small fees. Now, if you're planning to drive down frequently, let me introduce you to your new best friend, the IAVE Pass. This is an electronic transponder system, so instead of fumbling around for exact change at every single stop, this pass lets you zip right through those 3 toll booths using dedicated automated lines. It's completely cashless and can even score you some discounted rates. A real game changer. Moving on to Section 3, the Mexican insurance rule. This is absolutely crucial, guys. You cannot just drive across the border and assume your standard US or Canadian home policy covers you. It won't. Mexican law strictly requires all vehicles to carry liability insurance issued by a licensed Mexican insurer. Driving without it, well, that exposes you to massive financial and legal risks, including actual detainment if you get into an accident. Your standard policy from back home simply will not protect you down there. But the good news, it's incredibly cheap. A single-day policy will typically only run you between $15 and $30. And honestly, because Ensenada is a bit of a longer drive through some rural stretches, I highly recommend just upgrading to full comprehensive coverage. That includes collision, theft, and roadside assistance, and it's totally worth it for the total peace of mind. Oh, and here's a totally hidden perk on that toll road. When you pay, the attendant is going to hand you a small receipt. Keep it. Literally, whatever you do, do not throw that away. That tiny little ticket actually acts as a mini insurance policy for the toll road itself. It grants you free help from the Green Angels, which is basically Mexico's equivalent of AAA, if you happen to break down. It can even help cover road repair charges if you're involved in a crash. All right, Section 4, taking the ABC bus. Let's look at the next cheapest option. If you don't want to drive, the Autobus's ABC is fantastic. A one-way ticket is just $12 to $25. That translates to roughly 210 to 420 Mexican pesos, depending on the specific service tier or the terminal you choose. This makes it hands down the most cost-effective choice for solo travelers, day trippers, or anyone who just wants to sit back, relax, and enjoy those ocean views. And it's so convenient. You literally just walk across the pedestrian border at San Ysidro, head right over to the Tijuana station, and hop on. It drops you off right near Ensenada's tourist zone in the Malecon. The trip is super swift, too, taking about an hour and 15 minutes. Quick pro tip for you, buy an open return ticket at the station so you aren't locked into a specific departure time when you're ready to head home. Now, for Section 5, using Uber to Ensenada. Believe it or not, you can actually take an Uber from Tijuana all the way down to Ensenada. It'll cost you roughly $75 to $100 for a one-way trip, which is an average of about 1,341 to 1,839 pesos. The whole journey takes around 104 minutes on average. Now, if you split up between 3 or 4 friends, the cost becomes incredibly reasonable for the massive convenience of a private door-to-door ride. So let's break down the trade-offs here.
Driving your own car is fast, about 90 minutes, but you've got to factor in gas, tolls, and that daily insurance. The ABC bus is your budget winner at just $12 to $25 and takes roughly an hour and 15 minutes. Or there's Uber, giving you ultimate door-to-door convenience for $75 to $100 per vehicle, taking about 104 minutes. Basically, it all comes down to how you weigh your time versus your budget.
Finally, Section 6, crossing the border back. Look, after a fantastic trip, the last thing you want is a massive headache heading home. To avoid those dreaded delays at busy ports of entry like San Ysidro or 𝗖𝗵𝗽𝗁𝗂, you've got to be prepared. It is all about knowing exactly which lane to get into based on your specific travel documents, long before you get stuck in the traffic flow. Knowing your lanes will literally save you hours. If you just have a standard U.S. passport book, you're going to be in the regular or all traffic lane, which has the longest wait times. But if you invest just $30 in a U.S. passport card, you get access to the much faster Ready lane because of its RFID chip. If you're a frequent traveler, you should absolutely aim for a pre-screened Sentry Pass to get your wait times under 15 minutes. Oh, and fun fact, if you visited a doctor or dentist down there, ask if they offer a one-time fast pass for the dedicated medical lane. So now you know the insurance laws, the scenic routes, and the exact cost breakdowns for driving, taking the bus, or grabbing an Uber. You're completely ready. The only question left is, how much of that beautiful Baja coastline are you ready to conquer on your next weekend escape? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer today, and safe travels.